All right, it's 10 o'clock. Lord, thank you for this day you've given us, Lord. Be with us as we conduct this meeting today. May we do it according to your will, Lord. Continue to bless this county, our nation, Lord. Be with our president. Lead, guide, and direct us. Forgive us for value. Cross and I pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, so I'm going to have to ask everybody to come back every meeting just to do that. That gets me every time when we have a crowd like this. Thank you all for being here. Sure do appreciate everyone coming today. We're going to start with the visitors forum. At this time, any person with business before the court not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the court. No formal action will be taken on these items at this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. I don't see any takers today, so we'll move on to presentation and discussion of department head, committee, and board reports. Any thoughts on their board reports? Department heads. They are.
No.
A lot of stuff going on in December.
I don't know how they have time.
All right, approval of previous court minutes. There were a couple of errors that we saw, and Melody has made note of those. They were just typos.
Judge, I'd like to motion we approve the previous court minutes as presented with corrections.
All in favor? Okay, increasing project schedule and staffing. Y'all have anything going on?
Hard to crank things this way.
Yeah.
But I believe we did get all of them. So now,
Good.
Where you can go ahead and get those crushed. and
Good. As
ready
soon
for
as
the
they
track.
finish in Fluvanna, they'll come down here and get all that taken care of. Sean's crew got the perimeter bladed off. It looks good. Waiting on warmer weather to
We're waiting on the city, so we use a water truck.
Water truck.
So we can kind of get it the way it needs to be as early.
kind of timed out just right with the cold
Yeah,
weather.
it'll be ready next week by the time you get ready to do it. So,
Okay.
and we'll get it done.
Anything else? Okay. I am going to ask David Holt to come up. He's going to do a presentation of the Masonic Community Builder Award. He called me a couple of weeks ago and asked me if they could do this in Commissioner's Court because of who is getting this award. And I said, absolutely. So,
Judge Dewey's going to do the presentation.
okay, all right. And we have a bunch of Masons in the house. Thank you all.
Yeah, if you don't need any brickwork done.
We were good at it. Mary Ann, could you come up here with us?
Well, I'll try.
Okay, we appreciate it. On behalf of Scurry Lodge number 706 of Ancient, Free, and Accepted Masons, we're pleased to award the Community Builder Award to Mary Ann Randall. Some of the things she's done, Mary Ann has been selected for the Community Builder Award for her lifelong work in the community. Mrs. Randall served 8 years as an elected Scurry County Commissioner. She served on the Western Texas College Foundation Board. She has been a member of numerous civic clubs, always been an active church member. Scurry County and Snyder are great places because of citizens like Mary Ann. Mary Ann, we'd like to give you this award. It's got a name plate that goes on it. I'll get it engraved for you if you'll tell me what you want on it. And then we've got your certificate right here. There's a certificate that we've got for you. We want to present that to you. And I've been talking to citizens around Snyder and Scurry County about Mary Ann, and I found out she's done a whole lot more than we wrote. She's been, I've known her for quite a while. I don't know how many years, now lots of years. But we're proud to present you with this award, Mary Ann, and thank you for all your service you have done to Scurry County and Snyder throughout your life.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
really about, just thank you. Guys, I appreciate it.
You bet, you bet.
Well deserved.
It's been fun. It's been a good ride.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You gonna put this back in the envelope for you?
I think Chad wants to
Yeah,
get
if y'all want to get in right behind the commissioners, I'd like to go in.
Thank y'all for letting us be a part of this.
Well, thank y'all.
That's an honor, I think.
Yeah, thank you guys for giving us
Knowing Mary Ann, there'll be a lot more to come.
more to be able to do this.
I hope,
I believe
I've got plans. I've got plans.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What's the commissioner got in the job?
No. Yeah, that you'd have to ask the commission.
I'll let you know.
Come on in around.
We have been wondering that.
Come on around here with us.
Okay.
Or you can stay right here.
Okay.
It keeps me going.
Like we were in Austin, I know.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
I wish I'm glad I'm.
You can come back and see us anytime. We're glad to have you.
Thank you, Dave. See y'all later. Appreciate it. Take care. Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha.
Good to see you, sir.
I don't want to have to say.
We'll let you slide this time.
That's true to say.
When you come back, we'll talk about it.
Y'all go ahead on without.
Mary Ann, if you come in, you have to stay.
What's that? You come in, you have to stay.
No.
Thank y'all.
Just asking.
So, when David brought this up to me, I asked him if he wanted to put a name on the agenda. He said no, he wanted it to be a surprise, so that's why I didn't pass on any information to anybody. So, not because I didn't trust you, but because I didn't want to create a quorum.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on. I know Ricky and Joe, not Jay, need to be somewhere. I called him Jay a little while ago. I apologize. We're gonna go on to the lease for mail machine at the annex. So what happened is their machine has been decertified by the U.S. Postal Service. They have a machine down there. And, they didn't get notice that it was being decertified. And they budget for a quarterly payment of.
But not for a machine, because the
But not for a
machine had
machine.
been purchased.
Right.
They budgeted for a quarterly, mail, like leasing part, but not, the machine was ours, is ours.
Right.
They can use it, but they can't use it.
Right.
So, it's just a big old paperweight right now.
Wow.
So, they have this machine that they can't use. And so they came back with a lease agreement. I personally believe a lease agreement would be a better option than a purchase agreement because you get all the maintenance and installation and training that goes along with it. The issue is going to be that they did not budget for this because they did not know about this. And I'm thinking that when it comes time, we do a budget amendment for that because it's unknown. But really, y'all use this regularly, daily? So, there's 63 payments of $111.32. I'm not doing the math on that, but that's $1,200, $1,400 a year.
Judge, I make a motion that we allow the annex to lease a mail machine, as they definitely need.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you'll have to stay for at least another 10 minutes. You don't.
Are we getting an award too?
You'll have to talk to the Masons.
You're getting one, all right. It's on back order.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go to 19, the Western Texas College Interlocal Agreement. So Bronk came to me, it's been a couple of years ago now, and we've discussed it a few times about allowing WCTC Golf to play or practice out at the Scurry County Golf Course 3 or 4 times a month. And we have an interlocal agreement, and I've talked to Mike and I've talked to Barb, Beebe about it, and we could add it to the current agreement. I have the current agreement on here. I don't have the wording for the, for WPC Golf to use our course on there. So we can get that language added. Do you want to add anything, Bron?
No, sure. I mean, just quickly, I grew up in Colorado City. I'm in here, grew up playing that golf course, and it's nice to be able to just get the kids off of Sammy Ball and somewhere else a couple times a month. We have been going 3 to 4 times a year, just as my budget allows, and we've been paying. And, it's good to get over there, see his crew. I'll say it right now. I know some of the old timers around don't want to admit it, but it's better than it was in the heyday of the mid-90s right now, as far as golf course and grass and those things. It's not something we would go over constantly. We stay out of the way of the members. And then the best thing that I've seen is when I get to take these kids over there and they meet a whole nother section of Snyder, of our community that are playing golf, to keep building just stuff coming between, the college and the county and other things. And I know that, we've been graciously hosted over there as we come and go over there and putt and do things. And this year, just in the past, is where we lost the putting green at the county course. We've lost our putting green to repair some stuff. Similar situation. It's nice to be able where they can just go over there and just putt and practice on the practice green where they're completely out of the ways. The days we would go over are the days that are pretty much dead days right now anyway. Not much happening over there. They're going to buy a Coke or 2 or whatever while they're practicing and doing those things. So would be gracious if we were, allowed to go over there. And like I said, we could go over a little more if it was added this interlocal versus, coming out of my budget over there to travel and practice when we're sitting on a golf course. So it would be very, very gracious and would be very much appreciated.
Thank you. Is there anything else that y'all would do out there, or tournaments or anything?
So I am looking at having, this is kind of, obviously everything's secret here, right? No,
Yeah.
I am working on putting together a tournament within the next couple of years where we would play at our course. Obviously we need to get some things back in shape over there as well as there. And call it something like the Milton Ham or the Bobo Day or something like that to honor some of those, and actually having a pretty top ranked NJCAA event here in Snyder, which on terms of that too, on top of, it sell a lot of hotel rooms and everybody's got to eat somewhere. We'd even invite New Mexico Junior College. They've got all the money, so they fill out the butcher's block. The rest of us go to Taco Bell. Where'd you go? But anyway, yeah, so some things coming down the lines that I want to do for sure.
Okay.
So
So we could add.
that would definitely, we would pay, we would work a deal with you guys to approve it. And it'd be an entry fee coming in. So, that would be, coverage of a course. And most of the time we do those, again, back to the kind of those dead periods where basically, be full green fees for those things plus things like that. So.
Bill, do you have anything to add?
More the merrier.
I make a motion we approve their local agreement.
Second.
All in favor? All right, let's go back to where we were.
All in grease.
Thank you, Bron.
Thank you
I'll
all.
get that worked up and I'll get,
Awesome.
I appreciate you signing it. So
Can we do all these together?
I would think we can. Now, bids on fuel, oil, grease, gravel, asphalt, scrap metal and iron, hauling road materials. And you wanted to add seal coating to it this year. And Jeff, you brought up caliche. So talk about caliche, which is not on here, but we need to discuss it just a little bit.
Well, I noticed, last year we didn't have one of our previous vendors didn't even, put in a bid. And that moved us to the only vendor we have now is West Texas Rock. And I think there's other companies now that have started some pits here locally for road-based material. And I just noticed normally that adds up, that's over $50,000, so we need bids on that.
I talked to one of the companies that used to bid, and the reason they don't is because they don't have any scales. It's because the bid says something about weight or something, right? And if you have some wording on that, you bid, but That's why they bid.
No, they sell by the ton, so they have to have legal scales.
And they don't have scales, they just do it by the load.
Of course, we have been using Lorraine a lot for road-based materials that we've gone out for bid.
And we can, it's not on this agenda, so we'll have to put it on the next agenda for road-based materials. But we can work on the wording on how y'all want that for that bid between now and then. So,
Mainly, we used to, when I first came in, and for the first 10, 12 years, we used pit run that we dig out ourselves. And we still do that in precinct 1. We've got a lot of good pits out there. Some of y'all don't have those good pits. For the most part, we try to use those for pit run material. And we've had some good. That hurt about the bids.
all right, well, we'll put that on the next agenda. And how about bids on the listed right here? Talk about the seal coating.
Well, I'd just like to get some bids and see what it's gonna cost us, because we've got so many hands that don't know how to work the equipment anymore. And our equipment's getting old, so.
I would certainly hate to see us get rid of our equipment in case we had a short area that needed to be worked and have to, if you call them back out, they're not gonna come, or they're gonna cost,
Well, I understand that.
charge you a lot more. But yeah, I don't see any problem going out for bids and seeing what they'll do. For large ones.
Who was that company when you were at 3? We checked on that contract,
They were out of Howard County, I can't remember his name, but
33,000, and they put it on. That was them. I can't think of the company's name either. I don't know, we checked into
well, I think it'd be beneficial to get some ideas, because when that grant was done, I think it was listed as saying $15,000 or $16,000 a mile.
it. That ain't enough.
That ain't enough.
No.
That's not even.
Our
half
seal
of it.
coating was probably double, because the oils went up, rocks went up.
Diesel.
Everything has just gone up on it, so I think we just need to get an idea, to give us an idea of what, next time a grant comes up, of what we really need to be charging.
Well, I make the motion, we approve to go after bids on the bids that are listed on the current agenda, and the other 2 be added to the next agenda.
Okay. On the seal coating, I need someone to put that together for me, because I have no idea what you're looking for on that. So if someone will bring that to me, we can get it
Yeah,
posted.
that won't be a problem. Those that are in that business will be absolutely right the specs. That's not a problem.
I'll see if I can.
Well, I need it to be able to put out.
Yes, they'll write them and get them to you. Sure.
Okay, all right, so we have a motion. I need a second. All in favor? Okay. We'll move on to purchase of possible renovations of building at 3400 College Avenue. Because of real estate the way it is, and people here that we may be going out for something and whatnot, we have discussed this in executive session. We need to bring it out here now to discuss it, now that we have what you have suggested is that we do a contract. So I've given you each a copy of the inspection report and the termite report. Apparently there is termite damage. All of the items listed in the inspection report, we got that done Friday. And we're getting the gas turned on to get that checked out. These are all those steps you have to take before you purchase the building to be sure that it's something that you want to do. But the inspection report looks fairly good. There's a few minor things that need to be looked at. He'll go back and look at the gas after tomorrow or tomorrow. So,
What about says they're sloping floors?
which page?
Street,
Yes,
down the bottom.
Yeah.
It says page 4, but
they're sloping floors observed in the
page 4 is what it
structure,
says.
which is sometimes an indication of adverse performance of the foundation.
There's a picture of the stock.
Yeah, so when you go into the building, into the front doors, it's going to be to the left towards the back of the building before you go into that other room. There's a room on each side, but this would be the perfect time.
So we still use pilot payments to pay for it.
Yes, sir. And the purchase price would be $520,000.
Even with the defect? Is this another?
Well, this is something that we need to discuss here, so.
I mean, what, the overall, I mean, that's a lot to read. The overall opinion of the person that did the inspection was that it should be,
It should be good. Yeah, there's some minor things that need to be repaired,
and
or some things that need to be repaired.
so we need to find out if these people that own this building are gonna repair it for the price quoted.
We can. One time there was a roof leak. They got a new roof on it. It's not leaking any further.
So we use pilot payments to do this. It's gonna wipe us out in debt, isn't it? And I just,
Not totally, no. Because EMS, we were looking at putting $800 and some dollars there. I don't remember how much, but between last year's payment and this year's payments is 1.7. It's over 900,000, about 1.8 for both years that we had in pilot payments. So 800 and 520 and whatever work we do to it. Thinking roughly up to 600,000, so 8 and 6 is 14. We still have roughly 400,000 after that.
just always curious about, not much on the wiping us, about wiping us out. That's my concern with it.
Well, it doesn't touch tax dollars. And as we discussed in the executive session, it would give the tax office a way to allow people to drive through to do their work. We would take the office that they're in currently and put the elections administrator in there. That would keep them here in the courthouse, keep the public coming to the courthouse for any elections that the county puts on. They would be able to go into that office to do the voting. They wouldn't be out in the hall. You wouldn't have the traffic from the tax office blocking up the hall for people to vote. So there's some, I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything. I was just looking to see who was sitting in there.
Oh.
Sorry.
Focus. I mean, it would be good for the elderly, definitely. Drive up or coming in, because that bottom floor is already in, it really is. Because they don't know much of spending pilot payments we ain't got, but,
I can say, because I discussed this last time when, what can I say, it was sent in there. But I did inform everybody that we did receive all the pilot payments for 2024. We haven't received the 2025 ones yet, but they all came in. And I believe you had pulled up the financials from them too, to show that it was, all of the pilot payments were paid. Now, where I'm saying is, it's going to put us where normally I'll say, oh, well, we can pay that out of pilot payments. We're not gonna be able to keep saying that because we have to pay the difference of the EMS building from there as well. Because he put 500, right? 500 of your.
Contingency funds of 500.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if they keep paying, they pay their pilot funds or whatever, the tax abatements, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. They paid early this last year, and some of them have already emailed me asking me to send them their invoice for this year, which we don't normally send out till October. Those should come in. I'm just saying.
We can't do anything else out there.
Yes, no, that's right. And if there's concerns about the inspection of the building, do the termites have to be remediated on us?
That's something that we can ask them to take care of.
And then the foundation, is that on us too?
That's something we can have them look at as well. Any of these, we can have them fix.
It will come down on the price.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
It looks like there's several electrical issues that need to be addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, and they can have an electrician go over there and fix those things or come down on the price for that.
And they're going to turn the gas on, I'm assuming, so they can
Check
test
the
the lines
furnace
and
and-
check the,
yes,
make sure all the
yes.
gas lines work.
Correct.
For $525,000, unless we come down on the price, I think they ought to fix it. What the issue is.
Okay.
Because whether it's us or individual buys it, it's the same thing.
Sure.
So they're gonna be pissed off.
So, what is your suggestion then? Do you want me to go back to them and ask them to repair everything?
Well, it'll have to be brought up to code before we can occupy it.
Yeah.
So,
Is it, I don't know if Abel, right, Abel is the one that we're using.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he know if there had ever been an inspection done since they put it up for sale? Because they may not even, I know that they had said they wouldn't take less,
Yeah,
but they may not even know of these things since there had not been
as far as I know, they had not done an inspection. They had done a little bit of work to it, but I don't know that they had an inspection done to it.
I'd run at them, they'll fix it like they ever come way down on the price. Because either they fix it, or we fix it.
When you say way down, is there a
Well-
number in mind?
I mean,
You barely have to have a couple of estimates to know
yeah,
what you would be at. I mean, because we're not asking them to come down if the building was in proper shape. We're asking them to come down because of the damages that are done,
or they fix it.
or they repair it themselves.
That's my thought, as far as that goes. Because they're gonna have to fix it for whoever.
Okay.
Well, or come down,
So you're not gonna know until you ask them,
and they may not know it.
are they gonna do it? If they want us to get
Very
estimates, and we can have someone do it.
So,
It would be good for the, I think, for the community as far as paying their taxes.
is it right there in the middle of town?
Well, the drive, it's easier to get in.
Okay, so is that my directive to go back with them with,
And just see what they do.
all right?
All
And
they say is no.
hopefully they'll give us an answer before our next meeting, if not, then, we have time. So. All right, no action on this item. And I'll reach out to them. Purchasing or going out for bids for a precinct 1 pickup, Terry?
Okay, so this is the pickup that we put in the budget, at the very last, for 2025. And, I would like to make a motion that we go out for bids for it, and I'll write the specs for Brandy and get them to her.
Okay.
So that we can do that. And then we open can we open in 2 weeks?
On the 4th? Yes.
We have time to get it into the paper a couple of weekends.
So I'm asking, what is the purpose of the pickup?
It's over 50,000.
Purpose of going out for bid?
No,
Oh,
I mean, just for your,
oh, his pickup is just worn out.
okay.
And, we need a pickup that will pull a trailer. And so that's what the same reason that we gave when we did put it in the budget.
But just asking. So it's diesel, correct?
It is. That's what we're asking for.
You made the motion?
Yes, sir.
Second.
All right, we'll put it on February 4th agenda.
Huh?
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Thank you.
We need a date for the bids to be back on the fuel oil and grease, gravel, asphalt, middle materials.
I'm thinking that's gonna take a little longer.
He usually does.
So who made the motion
I did.
on that? Do you want to amend that to add a date?
Yes.
Just, do we need to do it, if we're gonna come back and go out for bids on the seal coat
Clinton,
and cleaty, we need to try to get them all to come back together.
yeah, could we just wait, send them all out at once and we open them all 2-3 weeks? That way they're all done, the seal coat.
The only thing is, if the weather were to warm up and you wanted to get rock, you can. If
True.
you don't have any, because of Martin Marinetta, whatever they did.
Yeah.
Now, the guy came by and spoke to me from Billmore that we've dealt with forever. And he said that, no, they intended to honor the contract. And I said, well, you need to get that right, because from what our auditor, our county attorney, and what we see, that it's not honoring. And so he said he'd get that fixed, but at the same time, if he doesn't, or if he doesn't know that they will do that, they don't get it in writing, then we can't get it. We use that for our pothole repairs, the R.E. James. So
Let's,
the sooner we get it done, the better we're gonna be.
let's go ahead and, like the motion I made,
We have February 4th and February 18th are our meeting dates.
Okay.
And then March
February
4th.
4th ain't gonna be 2 weeks, is it?
It's exactly 2 weeks,
Is
but
it?
it doesn't give them much time to get the bids in, because that's a little bit more in depth.
Let's do it February, what do you say, 14th,
18.
18th? Let's do it then. Because by the time they get put out,
Yeah.
even if they do tomorrow, that messes up the 2-week deal.
So who made the second on that?
Doug,
Doug, you and then we can get with that. And then are we all in favor of that? Okay. Make sure we.
Because if you rush it, you make mistakes.
Let's go ahead and talk to Jay about NIMS, a resolution to adopt National Incident Management System. Hey, Jay. How are you doing? I'm here. Tell us why we need to adopt NIMS.
The NIMS is the National Incident Management System. It's the foundation of all operations. 2003, after a presidential declaration, we were supposed to adopt NIMS by 2007. At that time, we've gone back through court records. The county has never officially adopted the NIMS system. They have verbally agreed to piggyback off the city, and that's all it was. NIMS, to be NIMS compliant, if we had a federal declaration of disaster, you have to be NIMS compliant for disaster financing. For any federal grants, it's supposed to be NIMS compliant, and the county is not in NIMS compliant. We need to adopt the resolution for the NIMS system.
I make a motion to adopt the resolution for NIMS.
All in favor? All right, and then, and at our next meeting, if we get it done, we're gonna look at the framework for NIMS, adopting the framework.
Yes. And the way I found this is I started putting together an executive guide for elected officials, commissioners, city council members, everybody. It's just a smaller version of the state's executive guide. And in the template, it had list when your jurisdiction adopted NIMS. And that's how I come across this. So thank goodness I did that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank God we didn't have a disaster.
Can I get a copy of that instruction?
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for being here again.
See ya.
All right, accepting, did we voted, right?
yes.
Accepting donations to county entities, the senior center got,
403 something.
and then another one,
Good note, Bill.
well, it's a document below that one on there. So they received $9,848.31 in donations. And the other donation is from Carol Wolf Foundation for $8,500, and that one is to the youth center.
Judge, I make a motion, we accept donations to the county entities.
Second,
All in favor?
as presented.
Thank you, Jay. You don't have to stay if you don't want to.
Yes,
I gotta get some paperwork.
Oh, this one? Approval of treasurer's monthly report for December 2024, monthly personnel information report, and quarterly report for 2024.
I checked our interest rates this morning for Texas Class, Tech School, and the bank, and there's just a slight difference. It's like 0.5, it's gone down, so nothing major is changing right now.
Judge, I make a motion, we approve the treasurer's monthly report, personnel report, quarterly report, as presented.
All in favor?
Not a second. That's right.
Approval of county auditor's December 2024 monthly financial report. And I was having some issues getting that attached, but it is now attached. You can see the December report. It was the November report, but it's now the December report.
Make a motion, we approve auditor's monthly report.
Second.
All in favor? Certified revenues. I think we have a few, don't we?
Yeah. First one is from the Texas District and County Attorneys Association. This, we were hoping it would have came in at the end of last year. It was a reimbursement for part of Darcy's registration to a conference she went to in December, but we didn't get it back until January of this year. So it's been receipted into miscellaneous revenue. And I'm certifying it so that we can present a budget amendment and placing it back into their education training line for this year. The next one is the SB 22 funds for 2025, $175,000 for county attorney, $175,000 for the district attorney, and $350,000 for the sheriff's office. Certifying those. And I believe I have one budget amendment to put the sheriff's funds into lines. The county attorney and district attorney, I will wait until the year goes farther on so I can place them into the prospective salary related lines.
Okay.
The next one is REJGC. There's a reimbursement, some prepaid materials for the road projects for precinct 3 is paid last year. We didn't receive the check back until this year, $856.41. And I have a budget amendment placing that into a road material line. And then I don't remember where is the company, Intersect Power LLC for precinct 1 road damage for precinct 1, $2.8 million. Certifying that, and I think that's all of them.
Just make a motion that we certify the official revenue.
Second,
All in favor? Okay. Transfer of funds received from road damage precinct 1 for road use agreement into Texas Class precinct 1 account. Did this with the first payment, and you'd like that done with this payment.
Second.
All in favor? All right, approval of line item transfers and budget amendments.
Okay. There is a line item transfer for the election administrator line, bonds and notaries for $28 out of records. The bond was more than was budgeted. They did go up on their bonds. And also hers is the fee plus the administrative part of it. So it was a little bit more than anticipated. Then the sheriff's office line item transfer into capital outlay, $30,000 out of equipment and other equipment. This is to clean up. There was a keen error he had in his budget books. He put the $30,000 under capital outlay, but it was entered into other equipment and equipment. So it's just moving those. That's the only line item transfers. Budget amendment for county attorney to put that 256 that I just certified into education and training. There's a budget amendment for the tax office for $677.90. This is the expenses that were on the remodel downstairs. It didn't show until the December city bank, and we pay that in January. So was that sheriff's? This is putting the 350,000. 12,000 of that is going into SB 22 1020, which is the Crime Victim Advocate Fund, to help pay for that part. And then the sheriff's, he has an SB 22 sheriff expense line that's he's going to use to, I believe he's going to get security cameras throughout to replace everything. Library, office supplies, and 5,400, and maintenance agreement 6,000. This also was a key in error of 11,400. And I think a miscommunication in some of it. On her stuff and in the notes, this is what she had asked, but only 600 was put into office supplies. And the maintenance agreement was, she had money into her lease rentals, and it should have been maintenance agreements because she doesn't actually have lease rentals. So 6,000 into there. Precinct 3, road materials, 856.41 that I certified. And that's all that I have. Do y'all have anything else on there?
That's it. Make motion to approve line item transfers and budget amendments as presented.
All in favor? All right, accounts payable.
Accounts payable, 241,647.47.
Pay the bills.
All in favor? Okay, we will now go into executive session to think through our different department heads, and we will start with Jason Tyler. Amy is not going to be here today. I've moved her to March leave.
Just text me.
Jay, I'll get you that.
Okay, oh, there's it.
You need a copy of this, Jeff?
Yes,
All right,
please.
I'll make it for you right quick. Just